One day, someone you've never met will pay the price for the financial decisions you make today. Who is that person? It's you. 20 years from now. Think about it. The version of you that's older, maybe weaker, maybe lonelier, quietly hoping you made the right choices when you were young. And in that moment, there'll be no one else to blame. Not your job, not your parents, not the economy. Just you, standing face to face with the consequences of your own choices. Now ask yourself, are you building a future that version of you will be proud of, or one they'll resent? Because here's the truth. No one tells you. Time doesn't forgive poor financial decisions, but the good news, it also rewards wise ones, quietly, consistently, and generously. Stay with me till the end, because what you'll learn today could save the future you before it's too late. Warren Buffett once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die." And he wasn't exaggerating. But the journey to financial peace doesn't start with complex investments or secret millionaire strategies. It starts with something much simpler. But before we get into this, let me ask you something real. Are you actually ready to learn the money truths no one ever taught you? The ones that could change not just your bank account, but your entire life story? If that answer is yes, then declare it in the comments right now. I'm building wealth that lasts with wisdom, not luck. When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart, because that one small decision, it tells me you're choosing your future over your fears. And while you're here, if even one word of this message feels like it's speaking to your situation, do me a quick favor. Tap like, hit subscribe. It takes seconds, but it tells the algorithm and your future self that you're serious about rewriting your financial destiny. Now that you've made that choice, let's begin. Because trust me, financial freedom isn't some distant dream. It's just a few right steps away from where you are right now. Financial literacy. What is financial literacy? It's not just knowing about money. It's understanding how money behaves, how it grows, and most importantly, how it slips through your fingers when you're not paying attention. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't need a financial degree to survive, right? Technically no. But here's the problem. Life doesn't reward what you deserve. It rewards what you execute. So let me ask you, if something happened to you today, would the people depending on you be okay? Would they have a roof over their heads? Would they eat tomorrow? If your answer is I hope so, that's your wake-up call. Because hoping isn't a strategy. Planning is. Let's start with a basic truth. Get insured. Even Warren Buffett, a man worth over $100 billion, understands the power of insurance. Why? Because life is unpredictable, and protection isn't a luxury. It's a responsibility. Now, whether it's a simple term life policy or anything else, the real question is, do you have coverage? If not, what's your excuse? Because if you're the breadwinner, insurance isn't for you, it's for the people who eat because of you. And speaking of excuses, here's a confession. At 30, I was $30,000 in debt. Not neutral, but negative. I didn't inherit money. I didn't stumble upon some tech startup or win a lottery. No, I simply got financially literate. That's it. I learned how money actually works, not through fancy strategies, but by mastering boring, basic habits, the kind most people ignore. Let's break it down. Lesson 1. Your mindset is your bank account. Warren Buffett said, "The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken." That applies to your financial thinking. Most people are broke not because they lack income, but because they carry around a poverty mindset like a family heirloom. I grew up believing money was scarce. Maybe you did too. But here's the truth I had to learn the hard way. You can't build wealth with a broke mindset. Your beliefs shape your behaviors, and behaviors shape your bank balance. So if you believe money is hard to make or rich people are greedy, guess what? You'll subconsciously sabotage your financial future. Real wealth starts when you fix your thinking. Lesson 2. You have to master the art of saying no to yourself. Let me ask, can you delay pleasure? Can you say no to yourself today, so the future you can say yes to a better life? Because that's the game. Warren Buffett became one of the richest men alive, not by chasing quick wins, but by compounding small, patient decisions over decades. Here's the brutal truth. Most people stay broke because they can't wait. They want it now. That designer bag, now. That new car, now. That luxury trip, now. And yet, financial freedom is a slow game won by those who can resist now for later. Quick check-in. Are you getting value from this right now? If yes, let me know in the comments by dropping this phrase: financial freedom is a slow game won by those who can resist now for later. When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart. That way, I'll know you're not just listening, you're actually following the journey. And trust me, that mindset, it's exactly what separates those who stay broke from those who build real wealth. Lesson 3. Beware of lifestyle creep. Here's a trap no one warns you about. Every time your income goes up, your expenses follow. It's called lifestyle inflation. Let me illustrate. You start earning more. Instead of saving, you upgrade your phone, then your car, then your house. Suddenly you're making 6 figures and still living paycheck to paycheck. Sound familiar? The solution? Freeze your lifestyle. Keep your expenses stable, even when your income grows. The gap between what you earn and what you spend, that's your wealth building engine. And trust me, wealth feels a lot better than driving a fancy car while drowning in debt. Lesson 4. Know the difference between needs and wants. Here's a Warren Buffett style test. If you lost your job today, what would you still spend money on? That's a need. Everything else? It's a want. Stop calling your wants needs. Your future depends on that distinction. Lesson 5. Give every dollar a job. Buffett isn't tracking his billions personally, but you and I, we're not Buffett, so track every penny. Every single dollar you earn should have a purpose before you spend it, not after. Why? Because unassigned money disappears. Budgeting isn't punishment, it's your blueprint to freedom. Remember, control your money, or it will control you. Lesson 6. Automate your success. Let's be honest, discipline gets tiring. Solution: automate your wealth building. Direct deposits, auto savings, auto investments. Why? Because automation removes emotion. If your money moves itself toward your goals before you even see it, you've eliminated your biggest enemy, your own impulses. Lesson 7. Build your financial team. Warren Buffett doesn't work alone. Neither should you. Get help. Hire a CPA, an advisor, or even seek mentorship. Financial literacy means knowing when to delegate and when to learn. Because wisdom isn't doing everything yourself, it's knowing when you shouldn't. If you're finding this valuable, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe. It's a small click for you, but it's a big signal that you're serious about building wealth the smart way, and it helps more people find this message too. Leveraging debt. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. They think all debt is the same, but Warren Buffett, he sees debt like fire. Useful when controlled, destructive when mishandled. So ask yourself, is your debt warming your house or burning it down? Because here's the truth. Bad debt is like dragging a financial anchor everywhere you go. Credit card bills, car loans, medical debt, none of these make you richer. They don't appreciate in value. You're simply paying for something that's already losing value, plus interest. Ever financed a car? You're not driving a vehicle. You're driving a liability wearing wheels. Every month, you're paying the bank just for the privilege of watching your car lose value. Now imagine if you bought rental property instead. That's good debt. Why? Because the property works for you. While you sleep, while you eat, while you binge Netflix, that property is appreciating and generating rental income. It's debt that pays you back. Buffett himself warns, if you're using debt, make sure it's a servant, not a master. But sadly, many people live in reverse. They borrow to fund a lifestyle they can't afford, mistaking bad debt for freedom. Now here's a question that should haunt you a little. If your debt isn't making you richer, why do you keep it around? Let's talk credit, the silent trap. People obsess over credit scores like it's their financial identity. And yes, good credit matters. But here's the trap Buffett points out. Credit isn't wealth, it's just trust. Imagine credit as a reputation score in the financial world. Having a high score doesn't mean you're rich. It simply means lenders trust that you're good at paying money back. You don't become wealthy by getting better at paying money back. You become wealthy by building assets. Buffett's rule: use credit only to buy assets that appreciate. Not furniture, not gadgets, not vacations. Use it to acquire income-producing property, scalable businesses or investments. Here's a fun truth: Buffett doesn't carry personal debt. Why? Because he doesn't finance consumption. He buys what grows. Now, does that mean you should shred your credit cards tonight? Not necessarily. Some people can handle them, pay them off monthly, and benefit from rewards. Others, a credit card is like giving a toddler a chainsaw. So, who are you? Be honest. If you've got the discipline of a Navy SEAL, use credit wisely. If not, do what Buffett suggests: avoid temptation altogether. Financial success isn't about showing off, it's about what you keep. The hidden wealth killer: interest. Let's expose a silent thief: interest payments. When you borrow, you don't just repay the amount you used, you repay that, plus a financial penalty called interest. Warren Buffett describes interest as earning in reverse. If you buy a $25,000 car on credit, you might think, hey, it's manageable, just $400 per month. But after years of interest payments, that same car could quietly cost you $35,000 or more. And the worst part, the car itself keeps losing value as you're still paying for it. Buffett calls this reverse compounding. See, compound interest is magic when it works for you. When you're investing, your money makes more money, which makes more money. But when you're in debt, that magic works against you. You pay interest on your interest, compounding your losses month after month. It's like digging a hole and charging yourself for the shovel. Debt snowball versus avalanche. Buffett's answer: speed. You've probably heard of the debt snowball, paying off smallest debts first, or the avalanche method, tackling the highest interest debts. People debate which one is smarter, but Buffett's advice simplifies it. The method doesn't matter, the speed does. Pick whichever motivates you more. Focus like a laser and eliminate bad debt fast. Why? Because every day you carry bad debt, you're literally paying to stay poor. Imagine waking up and throwing $10, $20, even $100 into a fire pit daily. Sounds insane, right? That's exactly what interest payments are. All right, now that we've covered that, let's move to the next one, because this next point might be the one that completely shifts how you handle your money from today forward. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a golden nugget. Let's keep going. Integrity, the missing financial habit. But here's the part most people never hear. Warren Buffett sees credit not just as numbers, but as a reflection of your character. He's said it clearly: it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. When you agree to pay a bill on a certain date, pay it. Not just for the credit score, but for your own integrity. Being financially trustworthy, even with small bills, sets the foundation for bigger wealth responsibilities. Do you think a bank will lend millions to someone who can't pay a $50 bill on time? Wealth, like trust, builds slowly, but shatters quickly. The next is emergency funds, your financial armor. And then there's the simple yet overlooked safety net, emergency funds. Think of this as your personal moat. Buffett loves companies with a wide moat, strong defenses against disaster. You need one too. Life throws punches: job losses, medical emergencies, broken cars. Without a cash cushion, you'll dive back into debt. Aim for $3,000 as a starting moat. Build it to 3 mighty 6 months of needs, not wants. Survival money. This isn't for concert tickets or designer sneakers. This is money that keeps the roof over your head and food on your table. Remember, without a safety net, you're one crisis away from financial ruin. High-yield savings, a subtle advantage. Buffett doesn't glorify saving cash for too long because inflation erodes it. But for short-term needs, use high-yield savings accounts. Just be aware they're not fixed returns. They fluctuate with interest rates. Still, it's better than letting your cash rot in a zero-interest account. And here's a practical hack: separate your savings. Don't dump everything into one pot. Have buckets: emergency savings, short-term purchases, long-term goals. This prevents accidental overspending and makes your money management clearer. Because in Buffett's world, clarity leads to confidence, and confidence fuels wealth. Now pause for a second. How many of these mistakes are you quietly making? How much money have you lost, not by spending but by borrowing wrong? Buffett once said, if you buy things you don't need, you'll soon sell things you do need. That's the price of debt. But the beauty of financial literacy, you can change direction today, not tomorrow, not next year, today. So are you going to let debt be your master or your servant? Are you going to let interest steal from your future, or start earning it back through smart investments? And most importantly, are you ready to build not just wealth but the habits and integrity that make you worthy of wealth? Your answer will define your future. Before we move on, let's lock this in. Clarity leads to confidence, and confidence fuels wealth. If that hits you, type it in the comments right now so it sticks. Clarity leads to confidence, and confidence fuels wealth. When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart, because that tells me you're not just watching, you're actually learning. Now we've unpacked the magic of compound interest, but let's zoom out and get real about where your money should actually go. Because knowing how money grows is pointless if you don't even know where to plant the seed. And here's the part where most people silently nod, yet deep down they're confused. Let me ask you, do you actually know the difference between a 401k and a Roth IRA? Do you understand where your paycheck disappears to every month? Or are you just hoping your future will somehow take care of itself? Don't feel bad. Most people are winging it with their financial future. But Warren Buffett didn't build Berkshire Hathaway by winging it. He built wealth by knowing the rules of the game and then mastering them. So let's break it down. Simple, practical, human. The retirement umbrella, the starter kit for wealth builders. If you've got a job, chances are someone mentioned a 401k, a 403b, or maybe a TSP. Sounds complicated, right? Let's simplify it. 401k. That's the retirement account your corporate boss sets up for you. 403b, same thing but for teachers, nurses and non-profits. TSP, you work for the government? That's your version. Now here's the kicker. If your employer offers a match, meaning they'll put in what you put in, that's free money. Seriously. Warren Buffett would say ignoring a match is like leaving dollar bills on the sidewalk and stepping over them. Would you do that? But there's a catch. With these accounts, your investment options are limited. You're picking from the menu they give you, not the whole restaurant. Going further, we have the brokerage accounts where grown-up investing begins. Now, if you want freedom, real control, you'll need your own brokerage account. That's your personal playground. Whether it's Fidelity, Vanguard, or even Robinhood, though Warren Buffett wouldn't recommend chasing meme stocks, a brokerage account gives you power. Think of it this way. Employer retirement accounts is equal to set menu. Brokerage accounts is equal to full buffet. In your brokerage account, you choose what to invest in. Stocks, index funds, ETFs, bonds. You're the captain now. And speaking of choices, let's clear up this common confusion. Now we have IRA versus Roth IRA. Do you want to pay taxes now or later? Imagine Uncle Sam as a silent business partner. He always wants a cut. You just decide when he gets paid. Traditional IRA, you invest before taxes. Uncle Sam gets paid later, when you retire. Roth IRA, you pay taxes now. Future you enjoys tax-free withdrawals. Buffett's principle, pay taxes when it benefits you most. If you're young, Roth IRAs often make sense. Pay now when your tax rate is low. Grow wealth tax-free for decades. But if you're earning big bucks now, traditional IRA might reduce your tax bill today. Index funds, ETFs and mutual funds, buckets of wealth. Now Warren Buffett loves index funds. Why? Because they're simple, cheap and effective. Mutual funds, actively managed by humans, higher fees. Index funds, like mutual funds, but no manager pulling strings, just tracks the market, lower fees. ETFs, similar to index funds, but you can buy and sell them during the day like stocks. Here's Buffett's advice in plain English. Bet on the market, not the manager. The market wins more often. And the beauty, you don't need to pick the next Tesla. You can just own the whole market and let it grow over time. Real estate, the tangible wealth builder. Let me tell you a story. When I bought my first rental property, I was terrified. The roof leaked, the tenant was late on rent, and I questioned whether I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. But Warren Buffett teaches patience. I held on to that property. Month after month, the mortgage paid down, the property value climbed. Slowly, equity built up, cash flow trickled in. That's real estate for you. Cash flow every month, growing equity over time, and something you can physically touch. But real estate isn't all sunshine. Picking the wrong tenant can destroy your peace and your profits. Always remember, the right tenant is more valuable than the right countertop. Even Buffett doesn't dive into real estate often, but when he does, it's for long-term predictable cash flow. If that insight about real estate opened your eyes, even a little, do me a quick favor. Tap like and hit subscribe. It's a simple way to tell YouTube and yourself that you're serious about learning how real wealth is built, step by step. And trust me, we're just getting started. Let's keep the momentum going. Multiple streams of income, focus, then multiply. You've heard the cliche, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. But here's the truth. You don't need 7. You need 1 or 2 that actually work. Buffett focuses. He doesn't own 30 businesses. He owns a few great ones. So before chasing 10 side hustles, master one stream, build it, strengthen it, then maybe build another. Remember, depth beats breadth. Insurance and estate planning, protect before you grow. Most people ignore this part. Why? It's not sexy, but Buffett understands risk better than anyone. Term life insurance protects your family if you're gone. Health insurance protects your body. Disability insurance protects your income. Homeowners or renters insurance protects where you live. Without insurance, one disaster erases years of hard work. And estate planning. It's how your wealth lives beyond you. Wills, living trusts, power of attorney. It's not about you anymore. It's about the people you love. Money doesn't bury itself with you. It passes on. The question is, do you want to choose who receives it, or let the government decide? Know the game you're playing. Warren Buffett once said, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Don't just save. Don't just spend. Learn. Learn where to plant your money. Learn how to let it grow. Learn how to protect it from storms. Because wealth isn't a lottery win, it's a strategy. And today you've taken one step closer to mastering it. Now tell me, what's your next move? Now pause for a second. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever actually written down a financial goal? Not just I want to be rich. Not just someday, somehow, I'll have $1 million. Be honest. Because Warren Buffett would smile at that vague dream and call it what it really is. A wish, a hope, a fantasy. Buffett didn't build Berkshire Hathaway off wishes. He built it using specific, measurable, time-bound goals. He treated money like a disciplined student treats schoolwork. Clear objectives, clear deadlines, and clear strategies. So let me challenge you right now. Not next week. Not after you feel ready. Right now. What's your real financial goal? Don't say become wealthy. That's air. Instead say I will have $100,000 saved and invested by December 2027, or I will pay off every dollar of my debt by March 2026. Why does this matter? Because what isn't measured won't get improved. Warren Buffett's words. If you can't measure your financial target, you'll never know if you're getting closer or drifting further. Goals aren't just numbers, they're milestones that keep your financial journey alive. Now let's get even more real. Picture your kids for a second. Or if you don't have kids, picture your younger self. What would have changed in your life if someone had sat you down at 10 years old and taught you not just how to save, but why to save? Not just how to invest, but how investing could change your life story. This is where generational wealth really begins. Not with inheritance, not with trust funds, but with wisdom. Warren Buffett himself said he's giving away nearly all his fortune, but the lessons he's passed on, those are priceless. Your kids don't just inherit your money, they inherit your habits, they inherit your mindset. So next time you're paying the electric bill, don't just pay it silently. Sit your child beside you. Show them what the real cost of keeping the lights on looks like. Show them what the groceries cost. Let them see how money flows in and out of a household. Think of it like teaching them how to breathe underwater. Financial literacy isn't a luxury skill, it's life support in today's world. Let them understand compound interest early. Teach them why $10 invested today can grow into $50 without lifting a finger. Explain why patience with money is more powerful than speed. Why Buffett himself built most of his fortune after age 50, not before. But here's the harsh truth. If you avoid money conversations because it's awkward or they're too young, you're not protecting them, you're crippling them. Money must not be a taboo topic in your household. Money must become like oxygen, something talked about, understood and handled daily. Otherwise they'll end up like too many adults today, learning financial survival at 30, after drowning in debt. Let Buffett's approach guide you. Simplicity, patience, discipline, transparency. Give. Teach them to give. Not after they're rich, but now, even if it's $1. Buffett himself has said, if you're not generous with $10, you won't be generous with $10 million. So whether it's donating gloves to the homeless, helping a neighbor, or contributing to your church, let giving be normal. Let generosity be part of your family culture. Because wealth without generosity, that's poverty in disguise. In the end, teaching your kids about money is giving them something far greater than wealth: freedom. Freedom from financial fear. Freedom from paycheck to paycheck stress. Freedom to choose the life they truly want, not the life debt traps them in. So I'll leave you with this. Do your kids know how money really works? Or are you leaving them to learn through life's most expensive teacher, failure? Your family's legacy isn't built with money, it's built with mindset. Be the generation that breaks the cycle. Be the reason your children never say, "No one ever taught me about money." That's what Warren Buffett would do. And if he can build billions with simple, clear goals and patient discipline, what's stopping you from building your first $100,000? Or even your first $1,000? Because in the end, the question isn't can you build wealth? The question is, will you choose to? And before you go, let me ask you one last thing. What's the one money lesson you wish you had learned earlier? Drop it in the comments, not just for me, but for someone scrolling who needs to read your wisdom today. Because sometimes, a single sentence from a stranger can change someone's life. And if this message spoke to your soul, if it made you pause and think about your future, your kids, your goals, then don't just leave quietly. Hit that like button. It's not just a click, it's a small act that tells YouTube, this message matters. Subscribe if you're ready to break cycles, build real wealth, and choose freedom over fear. And share this video with someone you care about. Because wealth, true wealth, was never meant to be hoarded. It was meant to be passed on. Until next time, remember, you don't inherit wealth, you build it, brick by brick, lesson by lesson, choice by choice. See you in the next one. We appreciate you.